Hey, this is Randall with the next little coronavirus crash course in online distance teaching. The series that will not help you become a great online teacher, but will at least help you start. So I've been asked a lot about how to create good content. Now that we've learned how to set up a website, integrate some different tools for it, how do you make those great online lessons? And here's my best advice for this. You don't. Seriously, there are companies making millions of dollars producing high quality content, and right now a lot of them are almost giving it away, and some of them always do. So let them do their jobs. If you're a teacher and are just needing to work online for this emergency situation, then just focus on teaching and use the stuff other people have developed. Just as in the same way that you wouldn't write your own textbook for every class. Don't feel like you have to develop your own videos. So here are my top 10. My top 10 go-to pre-packaged content sites where you just find things that will work when you just plug them in. To be included in this list, the site has to have things for multiple grade levels, multiple content areas, and it has to be very low price or free. So starting out, Scholastic. I mentioned this in a previous video. Scholastic is usually not free, but right now they have given away. They're giving away 20 lessons or 20 days of lessons for grade 6 or preschool through grade 12, and not grade 12. Sorry, preschool through 9, and they're just really well done. You can pretty much take the entire day one, and as long as the content fits at all with your curriculum goals, you plug it in, and it's really well designed for students. And I've tried it out with my kids the last few days, and it's doing really well. So my number 10 is Scholastic. Okay, number 9 is basically any museum website. So here's the Smithsonian's website. If you type in almost any museum and education or online education or virtual tour or something, you'll get their information arranged, and lots of them have put in tons of work in giving lessons based on the content of the museum. So like the Smithsonian will definitely emphasize American history American life in different ways, but the content's great. And so it'll take some time for you to look through it and see how you want to use it for your class, but you don't have to create the content. You just need to decide how to present it. Likewise, the Louvre offers online tours where you can go through, and they're fun. You'll be able to see. This one. Okay, you have to do a Flash player. I won't demonstrate how to get the Flash player right now, but they're fun. They're well designed, and I think they're available. Well, they're a lot better than I would make. They're available and ready to go. The next one I would look at, so this is my number 8, is Common Sense Education. Common Sense Media does reviews of movies and things like that. The Common Sense Education has really great tips for getting started in digital learning, tools for kids to use at home. They have some great ed tech reviews where they'll review different gaming apps and online game programs, and it just saves a ton of time. So I'm not a big gamer, but I go to them a lot for advice on what games to use. That I can just take the game and plug the link into my website, and students can go there. So that's Common Sense Media, or Common Sense Education. My next one is almost any educational TV show or TV channel will have a website with educational tools. So this is, for example, Discover Kids has, you have to sign up, but it's free. Kids have to log in, but again, it's free, so check with parents first. But they have tons of topics and well-designed lessons, again. So you have to go through and choose which one you want, but you don't have to design it. So it's sort of the equivalent of choosing which pages of the which pages of the textbook you'll read, but you don't have to write your own textbook. PBS Kids is great for this. Discovery, National Geographic. If you have an educational TV show, or TV channel, I mean, you'll probably have a good website to go with it. My next recommendation is more for older kids, like probably middle school up, depending on the talk, but TED Talks. These are just great speeches. As far as lecture goes, this is as good as it gets. They're always 10 to 20 minutes, usually on the 10 to 15 minute side. And you can find just lots and lots of great lectures. And I mean, no offense, but if you haven't done a TED Talk, it's probably because these people do it better. So the TED Talk official ones almost always have solid presentations with sometimes controversial, but usually pretty solid backing. The one similar to that, TED Ed, lets teachers, or pretty much anyone who wants to, create educational videos of their own. So these are still pretty high quality usually. You can find a lot more topics, a lot geared toward a lot more age levels. So if you're working with younger kids, I would recommend TED Ed. They don't tend to be as targeted as much at the high IQ audience like TED Talks are. But there's lots of great videos, and the TED Ed is usually the 3 to 10 minute range. And often, as you can see from the videos, or the little pictures here, they often have animated videos instead of just a speaker talking. So that's my next one. Following this is Open Educational Resources. OER is your keyword for this. And I didn't list a specific site. This one here is the Washington Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. But the idea of OER is these are usually textbook materials, occasionally videos, but usually textbooks or chapters of textbooks, or things like that. They're made available free, and they're free online. So if you have a classroom of kids that are now stranded at home without their textbooks, you can probably find something equivalent if you look through OER and OER and your topic and grade level. For example, this one. So for English Language Arts, they have full courses, grades K to 12, and units grades 6 to 12. You click on the review, and they align it with certain standards that they have, and you can use this. And these are things are licensed for sharing. So as long with OER resources, check the licensing agreement for each site, but usually as long as you clearly reference the site and put in a link back to the original, you can use it for your classes. That's the idea of the open resources. So OER. After that, Udemy.com, UDEMY, is my favorite for little, like short courses or things I would use as elective courses, for electives or specials for elementary or older kids. Although most of these are geared toward middle school and up. As you see right now, they say they're having a sale, $194 for this course, now down to $10.99. Udemy does this all the time. If you see a class that you really like and it's $500, wait a couple weeks and it'll go on sale. But with this, you do have to pay for the courses most of the time. They have some free ones, but most of the time you pay. However, I think a lot of parents would be willing to pay $10 to $15 for a course that has well, let's see some of the options here. Essential cooking skills, $10. Let's check it out more. Cook like a master, a total of 20 hours of instruction. Oh no, sorry, that's not 20 hours of instruction. 1.5 hours of video. So they probably teach you how to make a couple recipes, and then they have text. So these are, honestly, they're kind of like a YouTube channel, but with some assessment questions built in and scaffolded as a course. There's not a lot of interaction with this, no real helpful assessment in these courses, but you could do that yourself. You'd have students do the video, and then you control the assessment and interaction within your course. So think of this as a little bit like an online textbook for a course that's probably not one of your cores, but a fun class that your students might like to learn online. Udemy.com. Going up from that, and both content level and complexity and size, like Udemy courses you'll see have 10 to 2,000 courses, or 2,000 students. But now we're moving up to the MOOCs, the massive open online courses. And Coursera and edX, which I'll show you in just a second, are the best of the best at this. These sites both, they contact leading universities, get leading universities to share their best courses, and give you video lectures of all the courses online. Coursera and edX both do have options where you, and basically Coursera and edX are competitors that have very similar products, but that contract with different universities. These will all be like upper level high school or university level or beyond courses. But you get all the content free. If you want the certificate, then you have to pass certain quizzes along the way. And you will get extra quizzes and resources if you buy the content, which is $50 to $70 for a course, per student for a course. So with this, I would definitely offer the certificate option to the students if they want it, because they're legit certificates. But if you want to just use the videos, give them credit for it, have the students sign up, and students can watch the videos for free. And then they can come back to your class for the discussion and analyzation and projects and collaboration and things like that. But again, it's like a really great option as opposed to you trying to create your 1-hour lectures. Let the best people in the world do that for you. And speaking of the best people in the world, Sal Khan Academy, is one of my heroes. When I grow up, I wouldn't mind being him at all. He's just brilliant. And what he's developed here with Khan Academy is a free online courses in almost every grade level for math, high school and up for other subjects. But the math, all of these are great, but the math is just amazing. As you go through, you'll get started by sorry, I should have planned to walk through more. Students can watch a video, and then they take quizzes. They get points over on the sides. As they score points, they can build their avatars and level up. And there's a gamification element built in, lots of motivation. The lectures are clear. They all have great transcripts, so you can read it instead of watching, or you can watch with subtitles. And you can create a teacher account and then invite your students to join it, and that allows you to track their progress as they go through. And it's all free. This is just amazing. It'll take you 10 to 15 minutes to learn how to do it, and I just love it. So Khan Academy is top. If you have to switch to online, and you're teaching in English especially, and you don't use Khan Academy, you should probably have a good explanation of why not. So, obviously, if they don't have your subjects, fine. But it's really good. And then, finally, my number one. And this is going to sound odd, but here's why it's number one. My number one is Doodle Teacher Education. So, before you do anything else, take a while to go through their training. And here's the cool thing about this. With Doodle training, they have resources for you to walk through it and resources that your students can use. It'll teach you how to use all the Doodle tools. If you want to go for certification, you can. But here's the cool thing. If you get certified, you have to pay, I think it's $15 now. But you can watch all the videos and get all the education and even take all the quizzes and then just finish. You need all the knowledge without the certificate for free. So my number one is if you have to do this, start with Doodle Education and then go back. So if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them. I'd love to see what you recommend. And it's always nice to see people like this. So like or subscribe if you want. Thanks.